Well, hello, ladies. Welcome. Come on in. Make yourself at home. Come into my tent, my North African Bedouin tent that you probably would have found about 3,000 years ago in the sands of the Sahara. I think that's where my family of origin hung out back in the days of Saladin. Actually, that's my grandmother's maiden name, Saladino. So, well, today we're going to talk about something that relates to the sovereign woman and the world that tries to claim her. All right. Yeah. There's a there's a truth about women that almost no pastor, no spiritual leader, and no polite social circle will ever speak aloud. But Avalon must. You see, because a woman is not only a mind, she's not only a personality, she's not only an idea. A woman is an embodied being. Her body is part of her wisdom. Her sensations are part of her truth. And her emotional rhythms are part of her identity. Okay? So for the dynamically mature woman, the body is not an afterthought. It's home. And she does not limit her understanding of life to the intellect alone. Yeah, she takes life into her body, into breath, intuition, sensation, and emotional resonance. All right, this is not immaturity. This is integration. But here's the truth that we've got to speak plainly. And it relates to a phenomenon that we find in modern society today in America, the adult entertainment industry. You see, the modern adult entertainment industry was built by men. Men built its structures and men built its incentives. Men built the standards of the beauty therein. Men built the machinery that profits from the feminine form while often disregarding the feminine soul. And into this world, some women step, right? But not from brokenness, no, but from confidence and sovereignty and embodied intelligence and a refusal to be shamed for their nature. These women enter with iconic presence, radiant, centered, self-possessed. But the world that they enter is not neutral. Yeah. And you and I have seen what happens. At first, she feels powerful. She feels free. She feels seen. She feels in command of her own image. But slowly, the machinery begins to shape her. All right. Yeah. Costumes replace authenticity. Performance replaces presence. Outer image replaces inner life. And the woman becomes a character in a world she did not design. All right, it's kind of like the Pinocchio story in reverse. You know, not a boy turning into a donkey, but a woman turning into an image. And not because she's weak or immoral, but because the system, see, is designed to consume her identity while praising her appearance. I want you to consider that. See, and I've seen this firsthand, and many of you have too. See, women who entered with sovereignty, they became fragmented. Women who entered with clarity, they became confused. Huh? Women who entered with joy, they became forlorn. And women who entered with freedom, they became trapped in the expectations of men who defined the rules. This is not about shame, but this is about the truth. Because the industry that celebrates her beauty often erodes her dignity. Yeah. All right? Yeah. The industry that profits from her presence often disregards her personhood. The industry that elevates her image often diminishes her inner life. See, and we must also now speak of another truth. You see, highly attractive women often glory in the very standard that harms others. She benefits from it. She's elevated by it. All right. And she enjoys the dignity, privilege, and status that comes from being the image that other women are measured against. But she did not create the standard. The industry did. But she becomes its living embodiment, its proof, its trophy. And this creates a system that many experience as cruel, a hierarchy where women who do not possess her form of beauty are diminished, dismissed, or even made to feel lesser. See? Yet even she, the beautiful woman, she pays the price. Because when she enters the adult entertainment industry, the very world that built the standard she glories in, she discovers now the truth. Mm-hmm. She is expendable. Her beauty is exploited. Her status is temporary. And the pedestal she once enjoyed becomes the stage on which she is replaced. And yet there is another kind of woman. The woman that knows PDCCS. She knows presence, the ability to remain centered in herself. She knows dignity, the refusal to collapse her worth. She knows clarity, the inner compass that lets her see what is happening to her and stay oriented toward her own good. She knows compassion, the humanity that keeps her heart open without losing herself, and she knows sovereignty, the right to govern her own life from within. This is the sovereign woman, the embodied woman. The woman who knows herself And she enters that world with discernment. She sets boundaries. She refuses to be defined by the machinery. She refuses to be shaped by male fear or male fantasy. She refuses to lose her inner architecture, right? She knows her presence is not for sale. Her dignity is not negotiable. Her clarity is her protection. Her compassion is her humanity. And her sovereignty is her birthright. And she's not ashamed of her gender. She's not ashamed of her sensitivity. She's not ashamed of her aliveness. And she is not ashamed of her feminine nature. But she is wise enough to see the danger. You see, any world built by men for the consumption of women will eventually try to claim her soul. And this is where Avalon stands, see? Not to condemn her, not to shame her, not to moralize her choices, but to protect her inner life, to restore her dignity, to return her to herself, to teach her how to remain whole in a world that fragments women. Because, why? The woman who inspired this channel, the woman whose name we carry, Avalon, was one of these women. A woman of beauty, a woman of depth, a woman of embodied intelligence, a woman who walked into a world built by men and had to fight to keep her soul intact. Avalon exists because of her. Avalon exists for women like her. Avalon exists to restore the inner life of the woman the world tried to turn into an image. The way of Avalon is the return to the knowledge of the good. In mind, in heart, and in the living body of the woman herself. All right? That's my message for today. And I love your comments. Please, if you watch a video, leave me a little comment. Let me know you were here. Don't stay away too long. Take a good look at the Sovereign Archive and the Sovereign Way, my other two channels, and a little more, well, other topics. And until we meet again, may we all remain in peace.